Kaylee Cuoco and Sam Claflin star in the MGM Plus original series, Vanished. When the man Alice loves disappears on a train to the south of France, every romantic memory becomes evidence. Every intimate detail, a potential threat. She thought she knew everything about him, but she may not even know his real name. 4-part thriller Vanished premieres February 1st on MGM Plus. Finding the truth is a dangerous affair.
Hi, I'm Dave Barnes.
And I'm John McLaughlin.
And welcome to Dadville.
Dadville's a podcast where we talk about life, love, and the pursuit of awesome dadding.
It's funny thoughts and deep talks.
So please, enjoy your time here in Dadville and enjoy this episode with... Our Wives.
And it's time to have the ladies back on. By popular demand. How many emails do you think you get a week for that?
Oh my gosh. I mean, countless.
Yeah.
I mean, once it gets over 11,
you stop
counting anyway.
Yeah.
Just because it hurts.
And so we're here again, and it's really just time to do a little catch up. I mean, do we know how long it's been since y'all been on?
No.
It's been 2 years?
Has it been that long?
Something like that.
The first thing I want to say is we're all still married.
We are.
And that's great.
To the same people.
We don't have to do any kind of check in there. There's no
but
additions.
What an episode that would be, though. We just lost a few listeners like, oh.
Yeah, we're
same marriages.
That's boring. Everybody.
I was wondering, did we interview Sissy? Was that our last one? Or did we do a 4 after that?
I feel like we did a 4. I feel like we did like a Valentine's Day.
Oh, that was the last one. It was when I interviewed you guys.
Oh.
And then Dave interviewed us.
Oh, yeah.
What,
that was
2 years
the last
ago?
one. So it's technically not a...
Yeah.
4 of us.
No, it is. Sweetie.
Well, all 4 of us weren't on at the same time.
Guys,
right? They were
here
two
we
separate
go.
episodes.
If there's anything I know about the McLaughlins, they're going to fight. They're going to fight.
Not today. Not today. Okay.
Christmas was good for y'all?
Christmas was great.
Yeah.
I would say. Amy kind of did everything like we normally do. And then,
Which we've traversed that on this podcast.
I know.
Yeah.
I just
about how as the kids open their presents,
love you, babe.
We are as excited to see what they got as they are.
I mean, not to get into it again, but when they say, this is more so when we do the extended family Christmas, and like my sister-in-law opens the thing. Well, that's a bad example because Julie doesn't even acknowledge because she knows that you. But like when my brother-in-law opens the thing and it's this hat that he loves that Amy got, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, thank you." I just stay silent.
Yeah.
I feel like if I say, "Hey, you're welcome,"
Amy looks over you and she's like, "Oh, you are.
Okay.
You're welcome.
You are welcome.
You're welcome to do what?"
I'm just
John?
saying.
I feel like
I would
Colin
not. I
and
don't feel
should
that.
Thank you at the same time.
No, I
Just
don't
every
feel that.
gift I say thank you.
I don't feel that. You can say
Anyway,
thank you or you're welcome.
It was great.
Yeah.
How about you guys?
Same. It was. We had a gnarly case of the flu, or maybe COVID. I guess.
right.
Do we know what it was?
It was the flu.
It was the flu. For Thanksgiving, which is how I got my voice got all jacked up because I had ulcerative laryngitis, which meant I coughed ulcers onto my vocal cords. So that is
your abs. You just have like
huge. No, that's
six-pack.
you lose one thing, but you gain another.
Yeah,
and that was worth it to me. Yeah, I'm going to do a photo shoot today because of that. I'm like, let's really capitalize. But it was kind of like, that took me out so I didn't talk a lot in December.
How was that?
Which
Annie?
that would have been hard. Was that hard for you, Annie?
It was so hard. It was so sad. Dave's voice is like important in our family.
Were you guys texting a lot? Like,
no, can I tell you what was
no.
amazing about it? This actually was so sweet to me because I was having a lip, so let's start over. Actually, I was having not lip sync, but I couldn't, so I was talking,
mouthing the word.
Mouthing, thank you, lipping the words. And again, let's just reboot. Actually, the more I say it, the less I like. But Annie, y'all did not miss a beat. It made me I felt so connected. I was like,
when you were mouthing?
Yeah, because the kids would get about 50% of it. But I would turn to her and do it and she'd be like, "Oh, he said you got to pick up what you left downstairs and then bring it back up." And they were like, I was like, "Oh my gosh, she knows exactly what I'm saying."
You're so
Maybe I've just
So that-
trained you well.
Yeah, touche. But it was such a sweet little moment and such a really frustrating time. Like, I mean, I'm not lying.
Can you do it right now? Let me see it. You guys having a good
Everyone
time?
good time.
knows that. Yeah.
See,
Maybe it's just our
we're
kids.
so connected.
But I was really having to.
Yeah. That is one of the memories I'll have from that weird month. Probably forever. Is just, I mean, it was really remarkable
funny.
how good she was at it. But
But
it
I
was,
could see that being so frustrating. There's so many times where like Amy's not looking at me, or
Yeah.
Luca or Livy are not looking at me. Let's not get into that. They don't look at me a lot. And I'll say, "Hey, babe, but
Are you
would
doing
have
this?
to get up."
Lots of
you
snapping.
don't
can
understand.
snap, I guess.
Lots of snapping.
even if there's one thing that was remarkable to me about that month is how Pavlovian it became when I snapped that all three kids would look at me. It was really amazing because I would just and they'd kind of and I'd be like,
I
you
do
know,
that anyways.
Yeah.
I did the Amy.
But
I don't do the point
but
though.
their-
You're so
his
good at the
kids would
snap
look,
point.
though.
Yeah,
is the
touche.
difference.
But they got pretty good. I felt like they got good at kind of knowing, hey, shut up, Dad needs to say something.
Yeah.
But it was tough. Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, especially when we were hanging out with friends.
Oh yeah.
Because Dave just like is funny and he's like the life of the party. And so
You know the best
he was
thing
just
that was
sitting
said.
there.
Yeah.
The best. So I purposefully I didn't go to church for a couple weeks. I just didn't want to be in public places because of two things. One, obviously I couldn't talk, but two, I felt so bad for people because they would come up and I'd either go. I had a text that I'd written and I'd just show people and it'd be like, hey, this is what happened. And so I avoided it completely, except that Brad, my brother, had Teddy, his son, had his second birthday party, and I was like, the kids want. I wanted to be there, and it was a smaller crowd, so I had the little text ready, and so when I got there, but I mean, it's it's like so many of our friends are just
Right.
coming. Hey, what's up? And so Wirtz is there, and I show him the thing, and he goes. He goes, oh my gosh, we're all going to get our jokes in now. And then
I can finish all those
I can
stories.
finish,
that I
dude,
haven't been
literally.
able to finish.
And then what he said, which made me laugh even harder, is he was like, okay, now the game is, I wonder how many jokes I can tell that Dave would have told. And then when he would do it, I would snap. So he'd say a joke and he'd be like, okay, yeah, Dave would have done that joke.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
It was funny.
But it was good. We ended up just laying low. We didn't do much. And yeah, it was good. It was a really chill Christmas.
Good.
Do you guys do New Year's resolutions with the kids?
No. Would y'all?
No. I mean, we kind of tried to.
Yeah, we did like, I don't know if I would say they were resolutions. They were just kind of like new. We try not to say rules, but like new goals.
Goals.
Yeah, goals is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really like
I
rules
actually
of
For
words.
want
example,
to.
what's
I
one of
think
your
it'd be
new goals?
fun.
Like cutting back on our TV time during the week and like
Was that like their idea? Or
No.
you guys were like,
It was all ours.
we're floating this to
Mom
see
and Dad,
how it
listen,
goes
we've
over.
just been doing some inner searching, and
No, that was not.
we
their
tried to
idea.
ask them first, and we're like, well, since you can't come up with any, we'll tell you what.
yeah.
We've got some ideas.
Okay, here's what I want to do. I want to pause on that because I was thinking before we did this, that'd be a fun way to get out of this episode
Okay.
is New Year's resolution,
okay,
which
good.
you don't have to have them or not, but that's a fun little we can cap it
Okay,
off.
great.
So okay, here's what I thought would be fun. John and I were talking. This is what we thought would be fun to talk about today. Just kind of spend the next 2 or 3 hours talking about y'all's favorite stuff about us, and each of you both have to go opposite too.
Okay.
No,
Start with an hour of prayer, and then we'll kind of kick off.
okay. First question for everybody: what's the best thing about this stage in life? And so, I feel like most people probably know, but just ages for everybody
Okay.
again.
43. Luca is 13. Livy is 10.
So grades.
Luca is
honor
in
roll, typically. Oh my god! Sorry, it's
Dad joke.
dumb.
Call him Butter because he's on a roll.
Luca's
Luca's
7th.
in 7th. Go ahead, sweetie.
And Livy's in 5th.
Yeah.
Love you.
And then ours
know.
are 14, 11, and 9. And we've got
That's just
8th
crazy.
grade, 5th grade, 3rd grade. So when I ask this question, just for
Right.
context.
Yeah.
Right.
So what's the best thing about this stage in life? What's the hardest thing about this stage?
Okay. Annie, you have the oldest.
I
You
love
go.
it. Okay.
I I mean, I'm loving like just having conversations about what do you think, and tell me about like, I don't know, just next level thinking, I guess, of
more robust.
How are you processing this, or what do you think about that friend if he said this, or I don't know, just like higher level thinking and watching. I think at least especially the oldest like start to take responsibility for like his grades and like realizing that he's getting to choose how he spends his time, and I don't know, things like that have been kind of fun to watch and see how he's like making new friends and how he's choosing friends and just things that we don't get to dictate anymore and he gets to choose. And so it's like engaging that with him, and I've really enjoyed that part of it.
I have a question. Do you feel like all of your kids are out of the young stage? Like, is Sammy in both worlds?
That's a great question.
When you say young stage, what do you mean?
Like sleeping through the night, you know, like physically.
Yeah. That's a great question. Yeah.
Yeah, he is out.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what Liv's like, but I feel like Sam turbocharged a lot of those. He just kind of flew through them because he's the youngest, you know. Much more so than the other two.
Right.
I feel like he was done with, which really,
which makes sense.
It does. Sam, it's such a bummer because he's pretty tall for his age too. Yeah. So it's like he has. I feel like one of the things I grieve with him specifically is it feels like he just skipped a ton of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even going through pictures like we were talking about, you know, before we think I got a digital frame and I've been uploading all those pictures. And when I think of Sam's childhood, it just feels like, man, he went from like toddler to now.
Yeah.
In like 2 years, it feels like. And so, you know, it's like he's sort of been here for a while.
Right.
Just because he's the youngest.
Can he have those conversations like Ben? Like, are you saying like about the friends and like, is he there yet?
No, yeah, not like that.
Is Xana?
Well, neither of them have. They're still in a school where they've been friends with the same kids their whole life, so they haven't had any transitions to deal with at this point. So maybe it's more about that than
going to middle. But
I do feel like if Xana were making new friends, she would easily be able to have those conversations. She's just not there yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like to piggyback that I think the hard thing is it. And you and I have talked about this, John, a lot, but it's like the emotions are a lot bigger and more robust. Mm-hmm. So like, you know, when you have a 14-year-old that's mad at you, you really feel that. Mm-hmm. It's not like if Sam's mad at us, it's like, hey man, chill out. Like, you know what I mean? It's like kind of a little squeaky mad.
Yeah.
This is like, well, you are loud, or like you really, the room feels that energy, you know?
Oh yeah.
So I think that's a new thing, kind of like learning how to like, and two, at the same time, which I feel like Annie does a good job, is like, it's okay to be mad. Like, we're not trying to squash that. Mm-hmm. Like, speak your piece, but at the same time being like, but not like that, you know? So, and so you can kind of feel, which I feel like had so many great interviews with people that are specialists in this way. You can feel them, you know, figuring the space out and like, whoa, that came off too hot, you know? But it's hard, you know. It's just like I don't feel personally super qualified to sort of. I don't have the right gear for that yet. Mm-hmm. But I think, like Andy said, it is fun, which y'all know with your girls, that they're at the age now where, you know, they're kind of little buddies. Mm-hmm. You know, you're kind of like
that. To me, I feel like is one of my favorite things about this stage. Is they? I mean, you know, they can fight for sure, but they.
Are you talking about with them or with you? Are you saying buddies with you, Dave?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was going to say Luca and Livy
are friends.
Yeah. And like overhearing them having conversations, just the two of them.
It's so great.
Is one of the greatest things
That's what,
in my life right now.
That's what I hoped. And, you know, like you have girls and you don't know. I grew up with a sister. You grew up with a sister. You just don't know. Are they going to...
Yeah,
I mean, they sleep together every night. You know, Livy really cares about what Luca opinion on clothes, and then hearing them rehearse musicals together, or like Livy's like, I really want Luca to help me. Doesn't want us like
wow.
And Luca loves to help her, and I don't know, speaks a lot of like don't know, truth to her, and Livy hears it.
Wow.
You know, just like, you're so good. You're going to get this. You got to do this. And she hears it from her.
Yeah.
Don't you feel like, to your point, I think it's so interesting how you can really see a family happen that way. Because, it's like when y'all think of your siblings and you think of your parents, at this age, you're a family. Like, you have interpersonal relationships with your siblings, with your mom and dad, but they really, some of them don't coexist at all.
Right.
They're very much their own little islands. Right. And I think to your point,
and that's still a great family.
It's a great family.
Yeah.
It's you hope that.
Right.
Right. But it's kind of also bittersweet because you realize, like, they have like a whole little thing they're doing.
And even they like make fun of me, or like,
yes.
I remember they were like, I'm like getting mad at them, and they're both like, which in the moment I hate, but then I'm like, well, at least they're bonding over not liking me.
Totally. It kind of feels like,
that's good.
At times there's a spectrum of the type of relationship that's happening with me and my two daughters at any given time. But sometimes it can be very like, I feel like I'm telling them to, like, hey, pick up your dishes, like, go clean up the front room, whatever. And whatever sort of tension or like annoyance they have with me, them getting along and being aligned and like whatever union is happening there for me takes all the weight
it's great.
Off of whatever is happening. Mm-hmm. It's like, I know that we're always going to be, close with our kids, obviously, but like the fact that it seems like at this point they are going to be little buddies makes me, it just like forgives everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And really trying not to force it. Or like, you guys are best friends.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I know not to do that.
That's right.
But you got to respect each other, get along, and hopefully that friendship will then just naturally happen.
Yeah.
John, can I just, I'm going to shoot really straight with you.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm feeling a little insecure this morning.
Okay.
And I don't know what it is. Something, I'm just kind of shifty.
Yeah.
I found myself
watching
that's kind
of your normal.
That's true. I mean,
but you're shiftier than normal.
I am.
Okay.
And it made me want to get a security system for my house because it's one thing for me to feel insecure, but I don't like the house.
You don't want the house to feel how you're feeling.
Can I say something to you? And this is just me being really vulnerable. I don't want to spend all day setting it up.
Sure.
I've got songs to write. I've got people to entertain.
Yeah, you got
paying
hits
for services
to crank out
that I won't use, and then wasting money.
Look, Dave.
Okay.
Let me stop you there.
Okay.
I think you were done anyway, but let me stop you there. You got to check out Cove.
Oh.
Okay. Let me hit you with some facts. It's customizable.
Ooh.
The setup only takes 30 minutes. I set it up in my house, and it took me like 29 minutes.
Wow, it's even
seconds.
less than 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's for me though.
Okay.
It costs less than $1 a day.
Wow.
Okay. Don't let an expensive security system get in the way of your goals, Dave. I tell you that all the time.
You do.
Cove's DIY system is affordable and it works great.
Okay, let me run this by because I want to make sure I'm hearing this right. So I just fill out a quick online quiz.
Yep.
So I only get what my home actually needs.
Exactly.
Is that right? Okay.
Yep.
And then it feels like setup would be quick.
Yes.
And then you have a live video and audio stream directly to your phone.
Right to your phone. Yep.
And so then you can see and hear what's happening in real time. Is that right?
That's exactly right, Dave.
Jeez.
I got it in my house right now. Try to break into my house. I dare you.
Actually, I have.
And every system comes with a 60-day risk-free trial. And your Dadville discount code will stack with the current site-wide sale for extra savings, people.
We give.
We give and we give and we give.
When life gets busy and everyone is running around, it gives me peace of mind knowing I can always check my phone and see what's happening at the house. A great way to reduce stress in mi vida, in my life, John.
That's right. Make protecting your home one of your New Year's resolutions. Check out Cove at covesmart.com and use the code DAD, D-A-D, for an additional 10% off your first order. Easy, affordable, peace of mind guaranteed.
Get you secure.
Hey everybody, it's a new year and chances are wherever you are, the days are cold. This is the moment when your winter wardrobe really has to deliver. And if you're craving a winter reset, start with pieces made to last season after season with Quince. Now, Quince brings together premium materials, thoughtful design, and enduring quality so you stay warm, you look sharp, and you feel your best all winter long. Quince just has everything you need this winter, like men's Mongolian cashmere sweaters. I'm literally wearing one right now, and I love it. Wool coats, leather and suede outerwear that hold up to daily wear and still look great. Each piece is made from premium materials by trusted factories that meet rigorous standards for craftsmanship and ethical production. By cutting out the middlemen and traditional markups, Quince delivers the same quality as luxury brands at a fraction of the price. The result is classic styles you'll love that hold up year after year. Now, I mentioned the Mongolian cashmere, but you know what my favorite is right now? I think it's the beautiful Italian wool chore jacket in cadet blue. I mean, only $150, and it looks amazing, even though I wear it every single day. So refresh your winter wardrobe with Quince. Go to quince.com/Dadville for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns, y'all. Can't believe it. Now available in Canada, too. That's QUINCE.com/Dadville. Free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/Dadville.
I would love to have somebody in the future to come on to really talk specifically just to that. Like, how do you as parents foster relationships with your kids without because you can hear that so much as like, after we're dead and gone, all you're going to have is each other.
Right.
Your friends are going to come and go, whatever. And that can get, that narrative gets tricky because.
Right. Well, you never want it to be something that is forced. And
yeah.
At this stage, it's like if I told Luca to wear something, she could wear anything else but that thing.
We tell her anything.
A better example would be Livy. But if Luca tells Livy to wear that thing, then she's going to wear it.
Oh, absolutely.
That's amazing.
So if I'm like, be friends with this person.
Yeah, right.
Now I just probably took some of the sheen off of it a little
Have
bit.
you tried the opposite?
Yeah, can't be friends.
We should try to keep them apart.
Yeah.
I don't want y'all to talk at all.
Yeah.
Good idea.
What do y'all feel like is hard right now? Like, what's the
It's everything else? No, I'm kidding.
Well, I was going to say, I was thinking about this. At our Christmas Eve service, there's a family right in front of us, and they had young kids, and I mean, they looked exhausted the whole service.
It was comical.
They're like trading the kid, and and they were trying so hard to keep him quiet, but still like smiling and listening, and it just, I was like, I remember that. And I'm thinking, why are they even here? They're not even listening. Yeah. But you want to be there. Like, this is a good tradition, like whatever.
But now, us being, 5-6 years
and we're
down the line, we're like, guys, you don't have to do this, But when we were there, we were going to Christmas Eve service.
Oh, yeah.
But my thought was, I'm sitting here with my girls, and we're quiet. They're quiet. They're like singing. Mm. They could look back and be like, I can't wait until that. Mm. But I'm thinking, this is still really hard.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's so cliche of physically exhausting.
Yeah.
In the beginning.
And then emotionally exhausting now. And it's just so true. It's like emotionally we're just, it's just a lot harder. But we are sleeping through the night. Mm-hmm. We can sit through a church service. Mm-hmm. We can go on a car trip and it's quiet. Like, there's so many things now that physically are easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
But
well, and you have, to your point, you have space now. It's like you guys can be at home with the girls and not see them for an hour.
Yeah.
Which, when they were that age, I mean, we used to laugh about this when we'd all hang out. It's like kids would just be right on you. You're like, you got a yard, you got a basement, and they just want to be kind of like right there, which is wonderful.
Right.
I remember sitting in y'all's kitchen for the first time that we had 15-20 minutes without a kid in the room.
I mean,
remember that moment.
I can too, vividly.
But I think it's like, to your point earlier about when a 14-year-old is mad at you versus a 9-year-old, it feels different. It's like that is what is challenging about this time is like part of the reason why it feels different is their argument is a little more in depth.
Yeah,
it has a little more substance.
That's right. It's a little more compelling.
So it requires so much more energy on our part to form, like what Lisa D'Amour said. You can't just say, because I said so. No.
That's right.
You have to you have to remember, well, what did I say before? Like, they have a point, but let me explain why, while you have a point, this is still going to be the case. You know, it requires so much energy, you know?
Yeah, I find myself too, honestly, like, don't act like a 14-year-old to a 14-year-old. I laughed.
So hard.
I don't even know that I told you this. I laughed so hard at this. I was catching up with some friends the other day, and I mean, this is one of the funniest things I've heard in a long time. But a dad was just we were like, hey, like, let's do a little, everybody give us your little 5-minute catch up. And one of the dads was like, man, you know, one of the kids didn't want to do this thing we were going to do for New Year's resolution. And so I got mad, you know, he got mad, whatever. And my wife said, oh, good. Now we have 2 9-year-olds arguing. You know, and I find that with me, I'm like, boy, it is so easy for me to stoop down to like little cheap shots and making fun, you know, and I'm like, what are you doing? You know, and just be like, keep, you know, toe the line, stay where you are. Like, just, you know, and I think too, I see them just like I did, building their little arsenal for each parent of weapons. Oh, that makes mom mad. I'll tuck that away in there. Oh, that really ruffles dad. I'll tuck that in there. And just like I used to do with my dad, and this would make me irate too. But if I ever said, hey, just chill out, you could see my dad turn into the anger on Inside Out. Like, his head would explode, and he'd be like, don't you tell me to chill out. You know, and I can see that our kids have started to find that with us, where they're kind of like, oh, that ruffles dad a little bit. So now you're not, it's your point, John, you're not just, it's the exchanges have gotten a little more like, you know, it's like judo.
Oh, I remember, I mean, thankfully this was not one that they kept going to and using, but I remember one time a few years ago when it was me and the girls, and I was getting very irritated about something, but I wasn't ostensibly, I thought, irritated. I was just like, I was saying something calmly, but like the way I opened the door, and one of them was like, oh, Daddy's getting mad. And I was like, I wanted to take them and throw them out the window. Oh my gosh.
Daddy's getting mad.
I mean, it's like the fact that like I'm observing it and I'm not threatened by it.
No.
Oh, Daddy's getting mad.
Aww.
It's that energy. Yeah. It's that energy.
So what do you guys think you've gotten better at as parents? And this can be quick. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe we should answer for each other. Like, what do I think?
I know. I was actually thinking that with Annie.
We'll cut out this long pause.
Yeah. Actually, you should probably leave it so people know how.
Yeah.
So they're not like, well, they really are dialed in.
Yeah, I don't have an answer. I don't know if I have gotten better about anything.
I feel like Annie's always been good at this, but I think it really shines in this season. So this is kind of a cheat answer. But she's just so good, and Amy, I know you're the same way. She's just really good at, like, when they have a story, like sitting down and really listening to the story. Or like, Annie's so good in the car with the kids when she's got them alone to be like, how'd your day? And she's got such probing questions. Well, how did that thing go you mentioned 2 days ago? Did you end up following up with him? Well, how did you feel about that? Where I don't know. I mean, you and I've talked about this, John, on the pod, but like, I really feel like I'm a pretty emotionally intelligent human. Like, I feel like emotive. I'm an empath. Like, and I will get in the car with Ben sometimes. And I'll be like 10 minutes. Where I'm like, okay, you got this. Just ask. Like, no. And I'm like, what is happening to me? And you know, Annie, I feel like has gotten so good at knowing kind of how to navigate everybody's little quirks and what they like talking about and not talking about. And so she'll come home and kind of report. She'll be like, hey, did you ask Ben about the thing that happened at whatever? And I'm like, no. I asked him and he said it was cool. And I'm like, cool. And I'll feel myself.
Yeah, Amy will ask me sometimes if I'd ask about something or did something. I'm like, how on earth did I not think about that?
Maybe I'm thinking, and this is not like in the last year, maybe the last 2 months, I heard somewhere, like all the podcasts that I'm listening to, like Dadville being one of them.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Like going to school, those few minutes, and when like taking them and then bringing them home. You know, we have like an 8-minute drive with Luca and like a 3-minute, right? I sometimes, and they make fun of me, get annoyed at me. They'll be like, don't give us a life lesson right now, Mom. I'm always trying to be like,
everything's a life lesson.
you know, if you see someone and they're like, don't give me. And so I heard on this podcast saying the time going to school and coming home is the most anxiety ridden part of their day.
Wow.
Like, so the more questions you ask, the more.
Oh, it's more intense.
It's more intense. Like, they maybe just need to have that whole ride home not to talk.
Yeah.
Even if they're nice questions. So I've been trying, and it's so hard for me.
What you just did with your hand was so great. Like,
I have to like really
break.
like, okay, we're not going. I'm just going to turn on some music.
Yeah.
And like, and so I'm trying to be better at just in the car ride, just keeping my mouth shut.
Yeah.
Well,
Because I want to give life lessons. Do you think I'm better?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Because I feel like you know so intricately. I mean, they might tell me a story about what's happening with X, Y, and Z, but it's like if someone tells you a story and you know one of the characters, but there's 7 characters.
Yeah. Oh, you're in trouble.
You can't follow the story because I don't know who 6 characters are.
Yeah.
You know? Amy intimately knows all 7 characters. She knows who the parents are.
Yep.
She knows where they live. She knows what elementary school they all went to. You know. So,
I don't, because this is a question I ask all the time, and Luca gets so annoyed. And I think it's a great question. She'll have all these new friends at the new middle school, and I'll say, "Oh, where did they go to elementary school?" She's like, "We don't ask those questions."
She's like, "I don't know, Mom."
And I ask every time, "Where did they go to school?" And she gets so annoyed. But isn't that a great?
It's a great question. Yeah.
It's like where they are in the city.
Yeah.
And like, but that's a big inside joke now, where it's like I cannot ask where they went to elementary school because she gets so annoyed.
And you remember when you were a kid?
My mom would always say, "Where did they go to church?" That was our big thing, and we're like, "Quit asking where they went to church. I don't know."
That is so funny. And your version of that is this is school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm not asking where they go to church. Who knows if they go to church, Mom? But she's like assuming
funny.
everyone goes to church. Where'd they go to church?
But I think the fact that you know so in depth, like when you're picking Luca up from school, you know the test she had today, or you know, like she has this class with this person and there's something going on, whatever. The fact that you know all that in depth and you've been better at not
so hard.
Just firing off the questions, you know.
And maybe never knowing the answer to any of the, like, to just be like,
right.
I'm not knowing this part of her life right now.
Yeah. I think something I've tried to be better at is like, and this is kind of a weird thing to say, but you know, in this last season of life, I've really tried to understand more of like God's gifting in me, like who God made me specifically to be, not like, you know, yes, a child of God and those things, but like, what are the gifts that I really have? And I think joy is one of those. And so I've just tried to be a little more realizing how helpful that can be with our kids, just like making everybody laugh, or if it's getting a little heavy, like lightening the mood, or if somebody just needs a little sunshine, you know, to make.
And
do your kids think you're funny still?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
But
fact,
sometimes they get annoyed
They do.
by
They
that.
do. They do.
Yeah.
But I think I've just realized how helpful it can be, and not in a manipulative way, but just to realize like that is, I think, one of my gifts, and so that I've enjoyed that. I think I've really seen like how it's not just like, hey, Dad's funny. It's like in the right moment that can be a really helpful thing, you know, just to let everybody breathe for a second, or seeing that somebody's had a hard day and whatever. I don't know what else I've been better
Annie?
at.
I mean, I don't have much to offer. I don't know that I've gotten better at anything. I'm Just holding on tight, guys.
I think both of us, I wonder if y'all feel this way. I think both of us are a little more in this new season with new rules a little bit, are getting better at realizing what we're not good at. Like kind of checking. I see Andy do that a lot with the kids. She'll kind of realize like, oh, that wasn't the way to do that.
Yeah.
Or, I'll realize like, oh, they don't think that's funny. Stop doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it feels like it's a little bit of new rules we're writing on how to engage as they're changing. And I feel like Andy and I both are clocking a lot of like, Andy's even the couple times this weekend, I was really proud of you because I felt like you really communicated with the kids, hey, when you do that, it makes me do this and I don't want to do that. So like help me out here.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a great way to engage the kids. It's kind of like, like last night they didn't listen to her going upstairs and she and Ben had a moment, but it was just so great because he's at age now where she could be like, hey, do this when I ask this. And he was like, yeah, sorry, I didn't. He was like, kind of, that's my bad. And I was like, oh, that's great. That's a great, instead of her just getting mad, be like, go upstairs. She was, he's at an age now where you can kind of say, hey, this is what I'm trying to do. You're not helping me with that. And he was like, yeah, I get that. I was like, that's a win.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like any shred of an answer that I have to this question for me is just that I've realized, and it took me a long time to realize, my approach to those moments, those kind of like confrontational discipline moments, my approach just wasn't working. Just was not working. So last year, I feel like I made I remember the day. I'm like, I'm taking a different approach from here on out, which of course I'm not always, perfect at, but
what was that? What'd you change?
I'm just trying to stay any sort of raising my voice, any sort of like, putting my foot down in the, like a demonstrative way.
Oh yeah.
It just doesn't work. It just, it kind of like takes everyone in the room. None of us are using our,
no brain,
full brain.
Yeah.
At that point, it's like it's just about like, I said this, I will win. I'm the parent, and our girls are strong. So it's just not. And I think my new approach is it's better for the situation, the outcome of the situation, and it's just better for me. It's better for my like blood pressure,
Because we grew up, when your parent said something, you do it.
Yeah.
And so we tried to model that, and that just doesn't work for our kids. So it's like, how do we take control in a different way? Yeah. That's the
route that
it's
our
like,
kids are taking. So
if we say this, we have a kid who's going to like buck up to us.
Yeah.
And, talking to my parents, I just wasn't like that. And I don't think John was either. But they said my sister was like that. And I didn't really see that. And we were on one of our walks here recently. They were like, yeah, Julie was like that. And you were more sneaky. And that's true. So she would buck up to them. I'm not doing that. You can't make me do that. But I never did that to them.
You would just kind of like agree and then
do my own thing. Yeah.
And we're like, how can we transition our kids into just being
sneaky,
kind and sneaky?
So what did they say? Sneaky. How did they handle like someone bucking up against them?
I don't remember what they said. It just made me
feel
good.
How are y'all going to do that? Like as parents? I'm just curious.
I have tried to tell myself, like, I think a lot of the like anxiety and like the temper that I feel in some of those moments is like, I have said whatever the thing is, like, just to use a simple example, like we're getting ready for bed now. This is not like a daily fight for us, but like we're going to bed. I think a lot of my like what gets me worked up is I'm predicting this is not going to work. I've just said it, and I've already told myself this is not going to work. So let's come with some firepower as well with this. It's like I'm already stressed about a situation that I have deemed doomed from the beginning. So I'm just trying to tell myself, like, this is what's happening. You're the parent. Just be calm. Like, I don't need to get upset. Just emotionless.
If you don't go to bed, you're going to have a consequence. It's up to you. And if you don't go to bed,
it's your choice.
We're going to stay up all night, I guess. And we're going to have a bad night. And that's okay.
Yeah.
That's more like...
Yeah.
More of like, just take the emotion out of it for a second. Just look at it on paper. Like, hey, this is your choice. Like, here's what I'm telling you to do. It's time to go get ready for bed. If you choose to not do that, you'll have a consequence. I don't want you to have a consequence. And, tomorrow morning, you're going to wake up and you're going to be bummed that you didn't just go brush your teeth or whatever, So I find that it's much more effective to just like look at the situation like, this is how it's going to be. We don't need to add anything else onto it,
And I think in the moment we don't need to resolve it right now. So if we're both, because I get so mad, she's so mad, we're going to, like, I just tend to want to win.
Yeah.
I want to win the argument.
Yeah.
You're going to do what I say. Instead of no one winning, just like, let's break until the morning and then we'll talk about it. Or late, like an hour later. And usually everyone's calmed down by then.
Yeah.
And I think that we're trying to do that more instead of winning.
Yeah.
Dave, hang on.
Okay.
Hang on a second.
Okay. What?
You're not letting this year slip away, are you?
What? How did you know?
Listen, 2026 is the year you launch your business,
My
Dave.
business, John.
Your business. The year you transform into an entrepreneur. A founder. The boss, okay? I'm tired of being the boss, Dave.
Wait, Bruce Springsteen?
Well, yeah.
Oh.
Whatever you think, okay? And the best power move you can make is to start a business with Shopify.
John, I feel like I say this phrase all the time, but that's right, John. Shopify gives you everything you need to sell online and in person. Millions of entrepreneurs have already made this leap, from household names to first-time business owners just getting started.
Shopify gives you all the tools to easily build your dream store. Choose from hundreds of beautiful templates. We're really going with that.
Yeah, I love that.
That you can customize to match your brand.
Yeah, setup is fast with Shopify's built-in AI tools that write product descriptions and headlines and help you edit product photos.
Look, marketing's built in too, Dave.
So
with
much
email and social campaigns that reach customers wherever they scroll. As you grow, Shopify grows with you, right? Handle more orders, expand to new markets, and do it all from the same dashboard.
In 2026, which again, it was starting to slip away on me, John.
I'm so glad we had this conversation.
Stop waiting and start selling with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial. That can't be right, but I'm going to say it again. It's $1 per month trial.
Believe it.
Start selling today at shopify.com/Dadville.
Go to shopify.com/Dadville. That's shopify.com/Dadville. Hear your first this new year with Shopify by your side.
Entrepreneur.
One of the things that I'm kind of already missing from recently celebrating the holidays with my family are all the great homemade recipes that have been perfected over generations, It instantly kind of grounds me. And it reminds me of how much I love things made with true care. And that same feeling comes through in Boll & Branch's signature sheets. And adding their coveted waffle bed blanket only deepens it. I mean, I could fall asleep right now just thinking about how soft these things are. Together, they wrap you in exceptional softness and comfort and quality beyond your wildest dreams. Whatever you're imagining right now, double it. That's because the signature sheet set is an iconic essential, loved for its buttery soft feel that gets softer with every wash. The waffle bed blanket drapes you in that soft, springy, near weightless warmth of its coveted texture, and together they create the softest, most breathable bedding experience designed for better sleep season after season. I will never, ever go back to my old sheets and blanket. Ugh!
Gross. The softness is what blows my mind. Almost like you're just floating in your bed, you know? It makes my sleep legitimately so much better. It also helps with temperature. I never feel too hot, never feel too cold, always feel just right. So, discover a softness beyond your wildest dreams. Again, whatever you're imagining, double it with Boll & Branch. Get 15% off your first order plus free shipping at bollandbranch.com/Dadville with the code Dadville. That's Boll & Branch, BOLLAND branch.com/Dadville, code Dadville to unlock 15% off. Exclusions apply.
I think the thing that gets tricky with me in that space with ours is kind of if I feel like they're starting to triangulate on Annie a little bit and it's like she's under attack. There are times where I just come in and I'm like, hey, I'm going to use the big voice. We're done. Mm-hmm. This is where I kind of put the scepter down. I'm like, this is done. And so it's tricky because, and I don't know if that's because of boys too, where it's like that energy kind of works a different way, you know, where it's like kind of boy to boy or man to man. I'm like, hey, I kind of need to flex a little bit here because I'm showing you where the end of that is and I'm on the other side of it.
Yeah.
Because it can be hard sometimes because it's like, you know, it's not that for ours in those moments, calm doesn't work, but I just kind of feel like, and I'm not yelling, it's not, you know, but just kind of going.
But we're saying that doesn't even work.
Yeah.
You can't come in and be like, I'm saying the final word. And I think it's like anyone who's like, well, you should try this. I'd be like,
done that.
You try it.
Yeah.
Like, let me see you do that.
Yeah.
So it's like we have kids that just, you know, I feel like we discipline our kids. We don't let them get away with stuff, and it's still just at times. And I think they are getting better at apologizing and like, I think letting it cool off,
out,
or just being like, okay, I think I used to be afraid at nighttime. It's just going to work up and we're never going to sleep. And I care about my sleep so much. And what's that going to mean for tomorrow? And I get in a cycle of like, oh, no, we got to go to bed. And she may even feel that.
Yeah.
And so now just to be like, I've been much better being like, you're doing it tonight, John.
Yeah.
I'm going to bed. And because he doesn't get as
worked out.
worried about sleep. Like I care so much like about my sleep.
Yeah. Me
and
too.
so I'm like, okay, and I used to want to be the one to put them to sleep and letting go of that. Mm-hmm. And I mean, that's a little different now, but just letting him do that and letting me go to sleep and just riding the wave where I was like, we're just going to have now we're like, I think it's going to be a long night tonight. Very like, okay, just calmly, it's going to be long.
Well, and you know,
and that doesn't happen a lot anymore.
Yeah.
And what helps with us too is like Annie and I both will have times where she'll be like, I'm tapped out. You got to handle it from now on, which is really helpful because I'm like, all right, cool. Let me sort of, you know, just knowing, to your point, just knowing yourself enough to know, like, if I go on, this is going to get bad. Yeah. It's not going to be helpful.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. Next question.
Yeah.
So we've just hit 20 years. No. Yes.
Yeah.
Love you so much. Y'all are about to hit 20 years.
Yeah. What's
the best thing about marriage at this stage? And then what's the most challenging thing about marriage at this stage?
You go first. We were just talking.
No, that's why I read it. You can't answer your own question.
That doesn't count as like your turn.
No, I can't.
Okay, Annie.
I don't know if it has anything to do with 20 years. Yeah. It's just, maybe it's the stage of our kids' life and their development, but I just appreciate so much that we are on the same page. Mm-hmm. We're on the same team. Yeah. I think that's been really important to me from the beginning. And lately it's just felt like we really are working together on various things and we see things the same and we're able to like communicate well about how we're feeling. And I don't know, it just feels like we're growing up. Mm-hmm. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I do think, I don't know. I feel like in the last like couple of years, a bunch of planes got landed in my head about our relationship in such helpful ways. And so I don't know. It's almost, I wonder if y'all feel this way. I don't feel like we struggle as much anymore. Mm-hmm. And not that we ever did, but that's just so little of my energy goes into like, how are me and Annie doing? And I mean, and we're always checking in and things like that. But I feel like so much of it now goes to the kids and just managing all the emotions and scheduling and interactions with them. And so I don't know. I saw you wrote that in our little note, and it was fun to think about that because I was like, I just don't find our marriage challenging as much in this season, and maybe that'll change, but it's much more like it just feels good. I just feel like one of Annie's superpowers, and I've learned so much from this in our marriage, is Annie is maybe the best person I've ever met with, like, she states her case, and when she has, she's really done with it. And it took me years to learn that from her because I stew and I carry and and I think in the last couple of years, something I've really gotten good at is like, if we have something wrong, we both say it and then I move on with her. I don't think about it anymore. And it's just, for me, it's changed our interactions because I think I used to really carry that stuff around and I just don't anymore. It's like, I'm kind of like, I trust that she said what she needed to say. I said what I needed to say. And we move on.
Well, I also think, I mean, I said that earlier that we're on the same page, but there are times when we're not, right? Yeah. Where we like have different opinions about a certain situation or how to handle something, and I think one thing I appreciate the older I get is allowing it to be okay that we don't see things the same way. Like on those circumstances where we do have different opinions about, I don't know, a relationship or how something could have been handled better, whatever it is in life. It's okay if we don't agree, and we can let that go. It doesn't mean anything about me. It doesn't mean anything about our marriage. If we are on different pages in a certain thing, it's like allowing space for you to have your opinion about something, and it doesn't threaten my opinion about the same thing.
I don't know that anything has helped me more in the last like decade of our marriage than realizing that and it didn't start this way, but I'd really developed some severe codependency issues with Annie, and she hadn't with me, which is hysterical because it really says a lot. She's like, "Man, no, I'm good. I'm going to do my thing anyway," but And I think it took, like, I went and sat with Chad Carger at Porter's Call for a few times, and he kind of helped me unravel it. But the way that it iterated that's so helpful now is I really had to understand, and I mean, we kind of laugh with, I think, Henry Cloud about this, just kind of like how so many books that came out, I feel like we've talked about the same, but like so many books in Christendom back in the 90s and 2000s were like, when you get married, you're one person, and you stand, and as the man, you sort of stand before the Lord, and Annie's sort of behind you, and you answer, Dave, how have you done with this marriage? And I'm like, well, let me tell you what we've done well, and Annie's just kind of back there, like, looking at my shoulder. And I think what helped me understand that Chad was so great is like, there's your marriage, which is together, but then Annie is a human being living a life, and you're a human being living a life. And I think for me, we started that way. I absolutely believe that when we got married, but I just think life and kids and all this stuff got to where I just started to more and more kind of, however Annie felt, I felt, or if she was really mad, I hated that and I couldn't handle it, or just to Annie's point, if we would have something happen and I go, this is my take, and she'd go, this is my take, I'd be like, well, we can't have different takes. Like, that's not what a good marriage is. And exactly what you just said, babe. I think maybe the most helpful thing ever in our marriage has been a few years ago, me going, oh no, I can hold space for that, and it doesn't say anything about me or how I care for her and the state of our marriage. If we sit down and she's like, hey, this happened, I want to do this, and I go, well, I want to do this, and that's okay. And I think that in Annie has every right to laugh at this, but it's almost become a joke to me. I notice I do it, but like, I almost have to say, when she'll come to me going, hey, this is my take on this thing in my life and her life, this is how I think I want to do it, I have to say, hey, that's not how I would do it, which is totally okay. This is how I would do it, but you are fine to do whatever it's almost like I have to say that out loud for me to disassociate. So that for my little brain, it's like, I'm just making sure you understand I would not do what you're going to do, and I think it's going to have bad consequences, but you can absolutely do that, and I could be wrong, and because it just gives me space to move on with my life, as opposed to feeling like, oh gosh, what if she does that and it doesn't go like she wants to, or whatever. but I just think it's made our marriage just so much better for me. I think Annie's probably always been a constant that way, but for me, to your point, it's just been, I don't know. I don't carry around that stuff anymore. I think it's made us what I think a healthy marriage is, which is like two people who are living individual lives, but also two people who are choosing to share another life together too. Right. Yeah. Which has been so helpful, Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
What about y'all?
I would say, I just can't imagine. I mean, I thought this when they were young too, but even more now when it is a lot of emotional angst in our house and, like, are we doing the right thing? Are we making the right call? Like, did we handle that right? Just to have someone to talk through everything with and to laugh. I'm like, I keep saying this probably the last year, like, there's so many times when the girls will be doing something and John will just like roll his eyes, like just in the kitchen, like we're on the same team. These two girls come in our life and they're making it so hard and we can like laugh about it. And like, who do they think they are? Like, I don't know. It's just, I think, and he always makes me laugh, but like to just like, we're okay. Like, we might not be doing things right, but we're okay. We're trying the best we can, and we love each other. I still love him so much and want to be with him all the time. So I think talking through everything, and I love to talk through things, and I feel like you love to talk through things. So I feel like we will go on lots of walks and just talk through life and the girls and everything. Yeah. And laugh. Which I need that in this time.
I feel like, I mean, it's kind of like what you were saying, Annie. Like, you feel like the foundation of our marriage. Like, it feels like with kids, if there are two different categories, like our marriage and kids is flying by. And so, like, this weird two seemingly opposite things are happening at the same time. It's like, how is my life with my kids flying by? But our marriage, I feel like the slow, steady age of it. Wow. Like, it really feels like 20 years, which will be there in a couple months. Everything just feels so much more like relaxed. Like our shoulders are dropped.
Well fit into. And yeah.
And I mean, I've always had what I feel like is a healthy anxiety about our relationship. I feel like it's anytime we would get into a spat or something like that, Amy, I mean, it's kind of the same thing, the dynamic that you're describing, where like you would be a little more volatile, Annie's a little more steady. We would have some spat or whatever. 2 minutes later, Amy is fine and ready to like snuggle on the couch. And I'm like, I need 3 days to go existential on like, what does this mean? And I always felt like, well, I have to do that because if I don't, my eye's off the ball. Yeah. And my fear is always like, we'd wake up one day, her bags are packed. And I'm like, how did we get here? So you got to keep anxiety about it, And I just don't feel that way anymore. There's such an ease.
Yeah, that's well said.
To it.
Yeah.
And I don't know that this relates to the marriage thing specifically. This is kind of a both, like parenting and marriage, but it's so helpful to have Amy, for the two of us to be raising these girls, and when they do something that just is so foreign to me, and Amy can be like, I remember doing that when I was a kid, and vice versa.
Yeah.
And it puts Amy's reeling mind at ease that this thing that one of them just did, I'm like, I literally did that exact thing. Yeah. It makes no sense. Yeah. It's so weird, but here's what I remember so thinking helpful. Through.
That has helped me. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's
she's just
great.
The best, and she's the number one person I always want to be with all the time.
That's hurtful. You know what I also, I don't know if y'all have thought about this, but I find myself in this season, I think some because we have friends that are empty nesters now.
Mm-hmm.
I find myself thinking about that a lot. Like
yeah.
I'll have like in the car 5 minutes straight of like, God, what is Annie in my life going to be like? How will we spend our time? And I think one of the great things about what y'all are saying and what Annie and I are trying to have too is it, when you sort of have that nuclear relationship, the two of you, but also these lives that you're also living, I think it just transitions into that next season with the kids being gone so much easier because you still have your things and then you have more time to do those things. And so it's not that, I don't know. I think I think about that season for a lot of reasons, but one is I just don't want it to be this like shock wave of, oh my gosh, all we know how to do is relate to our family and the kids or talk about the kids all the time. Yeah. That's all we have. But I think too, just knowing like there's just gonna be a lot more time and how do we want to spend our time? And one of the things that I think is so fun about our marriage is like Annie has these things she loves to do and things she's passionate about. And I participate with the kids sometimes in them and sometimes I don't and vice versa. And I like that because then it feels like it just makes that transition as it's happening a little smoother as opposed to reinventing everything because we were just this one thing that sort of did together all the time. Totally. And so I think like that's something that that I think is really interesting about this season too is, the kids like y'all is like, we still have younger kids, but like you said, John, it just goes so fast. Yeah. And so I think even now I'm kind of trying to keep an eye on like how do we navigate in our marriage well, how we relate to each other, space for each other and things, supporting each other and the things we each have passions about but maybe don't share, because I think that's going to be pretty paramount here in about a decade for us at least. Yeah.
And I think it's starting like even the last month, it's like the girls get home and they go up to their rooms.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just, it's like, oh, it's 7:00. Do you want to watch a show? It's like, it's just us right now.
That's right.
Yeah, it's sort of already slowly starting.
And I can see like.
In a healthy way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, it's not, they need us every second. And it is really, do you want to go take a walk? I mean, we have all this time together now.
Yeah.
Well, I think especially our specific jobs, like me and you, John, it's like, and then, with y'all starting to take on different work or whatever everybody spend their times doing, we have a lot. I mean, like you and I, if we don't want to, there's a lot of days we don't really have to do anything. I mean, we're always working on things or whatever, but, with our job, that's one of the fun quirks about it is like, nobody's calling me at the end of some of these days and be like, what'd you do today?
Right.
It's on me to be disciplined about what I need to get done.
Yeah.
And so if Annie's like, hey, you can go get a lunch, somewhere, I'm like, yeah, let's do that. And so I think that's the thing I was going to say earlier about this season for all of us. It's really interesting to me is I feel like I'm watching Annie do this where she's really, like you just said, Amy, there's just more time now. And so, Annie, I think is trying to figure out, God, how do I want my time to be spent on these days where I have things? Or you kind of, as y'all's girls, as our three are growing up, you can feel time being given back to you. So then it's about, what do you do with it? I
loved the podcast with Wirtz because how you all were talking about, and it just took me back of like, did you listen to it? I don't know, but it's like how they care at this time, like he and Annie, it's like, the time they have is so precious, and fighting over that time, or like, no, it's my time to go do that thing, and you just got that hour to yourself. Like,
I really need to work out.
Yeah, please, can I go take a shower or anything? And you guys were like, it does get so much better once they're in school, and everyone kind of like relaxes a little bit. Yeah, and I thought that was so good to remember those times of how. Like when you're before school age, it is so hard, like getting time to yourself. Yeah. And now it's like, oh, we have a lot of, like you're saying, a lot of time by yourself. And and it doesn't make me sad. It doesn't make me like, oh, I wish we were back then. It just is like, okay, this is a different season. And,
it makes me think like, I mean, thankfully, most of the stuff that our kids do that were, like theater stuff or soccer or whatever, I love going to all those things. We were just talking about that, Dave. But there are some things that you have to do where like you look at the day's schedule or whatever, or this window of time that you thought you were going to, have to yourself, and you got to go do whatever. Particularly with like driving around, where you're like,
all driving.
I think I'm going to be in the car for like 3 hours in the next 3 hours. It is helpful for me to think like this is. It sounds so cliche, but like this is going to be over.
Oh, absolutely.
In no time.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have all the time in the world.
Yeah.
So whatever it is that I wanted to go do, I'll be able to do that for decades.
Yeah, no.
And I would kill to be back in this car, carpooling these girls around,
I mean, I don't know if y'all feel this way, but in the moments where I get a little like, prickly about, I got to take somebody to Franklin for something, or, a soccer game in Hendersonville, these little 30-minute drives or whatever, and I'll feel myself get like, ugh. I've learned to ask myself, this is the discipline I have now, and it's unbelievably helpful, but I'll be like, okay, what else would you want to do right now? Mm-hmm. And every now and then I'll have an answer. I'm like, well, I do need to get this done, or I wanted to go for a run or something, right?
Right.
But I mean, I'm just speaking from my life, because there's people listening to this, like, you must have nothing to do in your life. But most of the time I'm like, nothing. I just don't really want to be in the car.
Yeah.
And then the next thing I say to myself is what you just said, which is, you will not be doing this for much longer. And there will be the rest of your life where you go, God, babe, you remember taking the kids to soccer practice?
Mm-hmm.
And so it really gets me back to where I'm back in that moment again and going, no, this is great. Like, I really don't have anything else. It's just I wasn't excited about traffic on a Thursday afternoon or whatever.
Exactly.
But it's been helpful for me, because there's just my life. There's just not a lot of things. I just don't want to do that.
Right.
I'm like, just rather be at home than here.
Yeah.
But if I remember that, I'm like, no, this is great. I'm with whatever kid, or all of them, or a couple of them, or whatever. Mm-hmm. And it's okay. Let's, let me drive you crazy about questions that I don't know who 6 of the 7 people are. Okay. So last question to end this thing out. Y'all referenced it. Do we have any New Year's resolutions?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You do? Go. You're going to do another Ironman.
I want to do one Ironman every day this year.
Oh my gosh.
And so far I have failed.
Yeah.
Every 12 days in a row.
Yeah.
I told you before we started, I thought, we talk endlessly about our relationship with social media. And I'm like, what if I try to post every day this year?
Oh gosh.
And here we are.
Is you
12 days in.
Oh God.
Anyway, I'm going to try to meditate every day.
Oh, nice. Year. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Have you done it?
So far.
Good job.
Yeah.
Mine was, and it's along these lines, positive parenting.
Oh, nice.
I feel like I'm a positive person, but I feel like sometimes I think a lot of like my personality or who I am, I just think in the future, like if this happens today, what does this mean in the future? And I get anxiety about that. And I see a lot of friends, and I don't know what's going on in their like inner self, but they seem to have some problems too. And I just feel like sometimes I tend to like put more weight on things where I want to be like, this is just a little blip in time.
That's right. And
it doesn't mean anything. It could mean something, it could not.
Yeah. And
don't get so worked up. I want to be just more like, what is what it is. Like, and just kind of, just speak more positive about my kids and not the worry I have. And I think it's okay to be real and to like have worry. And I think that's all good. And I think I won't ever stop doing that, but try to like balance it more with like, but they're great. And just focus more on all of the positive things that are happening, because a lot of positive things are happening.
Yeah, that's great.
So that is my.
I love that.
Thanks. PP, positive parenting.
You know what? Somebody told me once that I think this is where my 7-6 wing kicks in, but I can definitely future cast, find things that could be potentially problematic, and just absolutely, I mean, leech onto those things. And somebody told me, Ransom told me this once. He said this advice where if it's not happening to you, it shouldn't be happening in you. And I think about that a lot. Like, what are the things that I am happening in me, but they're in no way actually happening?
Right.
Yeah.
And that's been a real helpful thing for me of like, is this happening to me? No.
Right.
Well, then why are you obsessing over it?
Yeah.
Right. And so many things that we know now, looking back, I was so worried about Luca picking her scab. Like, I could not. Like,
I remember that. Yes, I do.
Like, when Livy was born, she kept picking, and it was getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I'm like, what's this mean? Like, she's going to have scars all over her face, and she's never going to stop. And how's it going to heal?
She would just wake up with just a bloody face.
You know, or like the reading or potty training. Anything that I was like,
Yeah.
are they ever going to do this? And now it's like, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
You barely
And so it's like the things
remember.
that I'm worried about. It's like, remember, like, try to remember that. Like, it's
that's
going to be
great.
okay.
That's
and
great.
If not, you'll be okay. Like,
Yeah, that's
I'm
right.
okay. I'm okay.
Yeah.
I probably need to have a New Year's resolution. I don't really have one.
Yeah.
I feel like I often don't have New Year's
Yeah,
resolutions. It's not like
Annie's
I
not
have
a
one
big
every year.
New Year's resolution person.
What's your resolution?
So we've talked about this a lot on the pod. I love New Year's
do
resolutions
too.
because I kind of love the challenge of it. I love like, okay, what's this year? Last year was no sodas.
Did you do that all year?
Yeah. But, I always tell people this when they hear that. So that's really great. But I had probably 6 or 7 years where I didn't drink sodas. So it's never been like a robust part of my liquid life.
Yeah.
But I do love a soda. I love a soda.
What would be like the
coffee?
hardest thing to give up?
Like in general?
Drink wise?
Yeah, like drink wise.
Oh, I was going to say Annie probably.
Annie.
I mean,
Like other than sodas?
Yeah, I'm not, I know Annie and you are the most liquid people I know. Like, y'all love a liquid. And so that's, like.
I should drink more liquids.
Yeah.
Actually.
But there's not really anything that I'd be like, I'm not very liquid leaning.
It's not like those
Mio's.
Mios
That'd be tough. That'd probably be it. I hate.
or Gatorade.
Yeah, no, Gatorade, we go in seasons with Gatorade.
Okay.
It'd probably be, just something. I just hate, you can laugh at it as immature. I hate the taste of water.
Yeah.
Or the lack of
It
taste of
doesn't
water.
taste.
And so those Mios, I have to sauce it
Yeah.
up. That'd probably be it. That's fair. It'd
That'd be your number one.
Yeah, that'd be tough. Somebody's like, no, you're
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But the things, I thought about this a lot this year, the things I'm trying to do. You know what I want to do from moving on? You can remind me of this next year as we get into this. I want to start having years where I go a do and a don't. So this year I'm going to do this, and then this year I'm not going to do this. But so this year for me, it's been, I'm really trying to not say cuss words anymore. And I don't think I'm necessarily somebody that says a lot of them. But I've done a really good job. And I just notice I use them to bring emphasis to things. Sometimes when I feel like I really want to be like, nah.
Oh, hell yeah, yeah.
God, that was good. But that's been one. So I'm just trying to be a little more mindful of that.
I don't feel like you cuss at all.
I don't
never heard
much,
you cuss.
but I know when I do, I'm like really trying to. Let me show you. I'm gonna. Whoa, this point really matters because I said this. And I do, man. If I get scared or jumped, that is sadly, or something hurts, I'll find myself like That's one. I'm trying to send an encouraging text a day. To somebody, which has been really fun. I love that. And what this aura frame that Andy gave me, or if you want to do a sponsorship, we love that, has been really fun. Is it's made it easier because if I'm back here, a picture will pop up. Somebody, I'm like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
So that's
good.
one. And then the other one, this is kind of weird, maybe, but I'm trying to give each day to the Lord in the morning, which is a really simple thing, but it's just been like a practice of just even saying that phrase, just like, all right, Lord, I just give the day to you, whatever it's going to look like. So it's kind of those things. I was a little bummed that I didn't do they're not easy at all, but it's not. I kind of like having something physical usually, or something that's kind of like
measurable.
Yeah, that's a good way to say it. But
did you think of any, Annie?
Come up with one right now. Go.
Okay.
We're like, no more coffee.
We're gonna hold you to it.
No, I can't.
Well, Annie would die.
I know.
Yeah, I drink coffee all day.
Yeah, nothing.
No.
I've got enough for the both of us, I think.
Yeah, you do.
I've had some, not weird ones, but I mean, I had a year where I wanted to at least do 15 push-ups a day, but it would usually be like 25, 50. That was hysterical because like, I mean, when I do these things, I usually do them. Like, I don't know that I've ever had one that I didn't do.
Yeah.
And, this is back when I was still playing a lot on the road. Like, it would be 11:27 and we've checked into the airport hotel and I'm like, mother. And I'm like, all right, hold on.
In the lobby.
Yeah, literally. Like, I mean, dressing rooms, because I would know, like, if I don't do it right now, I'm not going to do them.
Yeah.
Did you do it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're pretty, once you commit to it, you're going to do it.
Yeah.
I should do that, but I'm already 12 days behind. So.
Well, that's what John said. He's
know.
like, what if it's like the Chinese calendar or something, though? It starts and so,
Maybe I should consider the year of the
Or
horse.
some people say, I've read...
Can we call this episode, maybe I should consider the year of the horse?
Some people start, or they say, like, January is not the time to start, New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
Springtime is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like,
that
you
makes
should,
sense.
like, hibernate. You should be, like... Springtime.
It is kind of funny. I mean, it's, a regional thing, but like where we live, it's like January it's cold.
Yeah.
It's going to be dark in a half hour.
Yeah.
It's like, it's kind of the hardest month to like, well, let's heap on some other stuff.
Well, and I would say, especially if you have any exercise-oriented goals, it's tough. Because, like, if you're going to be, like, I want to walk this much a day or run this much a day, or even just, like, drive to the gym, it's so cold. And you're like, I don't want to go do that right now, know?
Right, springtime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, gals, thank y'all for your time.
Yes.
It was a long one.
We love you.
I love these.
But
Yes.
and I guess we'll see y'all in a couple of years. Is that sort of the...
When they're graduated. Well,
Yeah. The empty nester episode.
Oh, no.
No, they're driving.
Okay, driving.
It's true, driving away from us.
Starting a business can seem like a daunting task, unless you have a partner like Shopify. They have the tools you need to start and grow your business. From designing a website to marketing to selling and beyond, Shopify can help with everything you need. There's a reason millions of companies like Mattel, Heinz, and Allbirds continue to trust and use them. With Shopify on your side, turn your big business idea into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.